looks like it's live. Yep.
Hey, who's that?
I don't know. Someone else. I'm trying to. It takes like 20 seconds to load up in here. LinkedIn. But you're live.
There's Matt Mendoza, I think. Is he live? 50,000 people.
Hold on. I think you're live.
Always the hardest part to determine whether I'm alive or not. I feel like I'm alive, but in the quantum continuum of time, I may not be. At least in this lifetime.
Cool, you're live.
I am live?
Yep.
Yep. All right, here we go. Thank you, everyone. Who do we got on here? Ed, how are you? Good morning. Bonnie, great to have you on. All right, I am going to be answering questions. Text me your questions at 949-298-2905, 949-298-2905. Always a pleasure. We are going to be expanding the text community, doing more meetups, more trainings. Welcome, everyone. Cliff, my boy, how are you? The life of us. Tommy, Corey, William, thank you, everybody. Lisa, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Let's get to the first question. Who we dialing up here? Robbie. Instagram, hello, everyone. We are live on multiple platforms, looking to be of service and help. I love this. Xavier, Ian, welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining. And Schwan, let me know if my wife or my daughters come on so I can say hi individually to them.
Gotcha.
Anyway, hello, everyone. We are dialing the first call. Make sure you text me your questions, 949-298-2905.
Christian.
Keith Chapman, how are you?
Christian Peak.
Christian, thank you. All right. It's exciting here on Thursday morning. I'm going to Disneyland this afternoon. If anyone wants to come see me, I'll be walking around Disneyland, checking out the new Star Wars. It should be good. I'm very, very excited.
Hello.
Hey, Christian, it's David Meltzer.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'd love to answer your question. What's going on?
Yeah. So I'm just in the rut of life, and I was like, man, I wonder what Dave surrounds himself with every day to like keep upbeat. And like sometimes I get upbeat, and then like you know how life is, it just goes. You go and you get in the groove, and so I was wondering what you do to prevent that.
So I've been on a 13-year-old stringent practice every day of enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential. What does that mean? I'm on a mindset training. I'm, as one of my mentors, John Asroff, calls it inner size, utilizing my mind and exercising my mind and understanding it's a practice. So when I am in a trajectory that I don't want to be into, when there's interference and corrosion to the inspiration that I'm always connected to, I practice getting rid of that feeling. And I do that mainly by challenging myself to, number one, be aware of when I feel that way. So a lot of times, you know, we have already spiraled, we've already accelerated in the wrong direction because we're not aware of some of the needs that create the interference or corrosion. You know, what are those needs? The need to be offended, the need to be separate, the need to be resentful, the need to be anxious, frustrated, scared, the need to be inferior, superior, angry. All of these needs, what I started doing was practicing at first, just being aware of when I felt an emotion that was creating interference or corrosion to my inspiration. That was accelerating me in the wrong trajectory. Once I determined in that practice, then I practiced how quickly I could find the light, the love, the lessons in whatever was making me feel that way. And believe it or not, 13 years later, I'm still practicing. But just like golf, if I practice every day golf, which I don't have the time to do, but if I did, I promise you I'd be much better at golf than I am today. I'm much better at this inspiration stuff. I'm much better at being happy. I'm much better at being at peace. I'm much better at being of service and of value to others because I practice it. So what I want you to do is to lower the bar and just practice today, trying to find one time during the day that you're aware of when you're in the wrong trajectory, when you're accelerating in the wrong when you're accelerating in the wrong direction, and just understanding how you feel. If you can, then go ahead and practice finding the light, the love, and the lessons in it. If not, just practice being aware. You're so young, you're so talented, you will diminish the time that you don't feel inspired, which you define as being in a rut. I'm telling you, there are no ruts. There's just interference and corrosion to that which inspires you. Does that help you, my friend?
Yes, that does.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate, that's a great question. I know so many people feel that way so much of the time, and one of my main missions is to help people lessen that interference and corrosion. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of my community, and I'll look forward to answering more questions. So take care, buddy.
Thank you. You too.
Take care, Christian. All right. I think Christian feels the way that a lot of people feel, and as you know, my main mission is to empower over 1 billion people in my lifetime to be happy, and that is one of the key exercises, or should I say, as Asaroff does, the key exercises that is necessary in order to be happy, is to, number one, be aware of that which creates interference and corrosion to inspiration, and then 2, practice finding the light, the love, and the lessons in why you feel that way, and you can change your life, your mindset immediately. Who we calling here?
George. He just wants 3 minutes.
Jorge wants 3 minutes of Dave Meltzer's time. That fits within the 520 rule, and
Hello.
Hola, Jorge. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Por qué no comes la comida, amigo? What's going on, Georgie?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's Dave Meltzer. You wanted 3 minutes of my time. What value are you going to provide to everybody in that 3 minutes, my friend? What question do you have?
Hey, so, wow. First of all, thank you. I'm honored that you actually called me. So, David, I'm in the venture capital finance game, and I have a fund, and I like to speak to like-minded people like yourself, winners, and you guys, sometimes when you're trying to speak to a certain caliber of... Say again?
No, you just broke up. When I'm speaking to a certain caliber of...
When I'm trying to speak to a certain caliber of people, or when I am, how do I get more very wealthy, financially like-minded people on the phone? I know there's other mediums right now, like social media, that we can direct message. I do consume your content, but what's your best advice for me when I want to speak to potential investors and getting people on board to invest in my fund? And, I'm usually looking to deal with the higher, as far as on financial success.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak to the upper echelon of that group.
So I have a philosophy called trust the gatekeeper. And what happens is people, they do the exact same thing, not only over and over again and get the same results themselves, but they do the exact same thing that other people do and get the same results and create more competition and more scarcity amongst those people, because they're all directing their attention towards the same people with the same intention. And what I want you to do is to change that and to trust the gatekeeper. And trusting the gatekeeper means that during the day, you will interact with people on the phone, you'll interact with people in person, you'll interact with people via email, and you'll interact with people, as you said, during media, radio, print, TV, and social media. Now, most people don't trust the gatekeeper, meaning they don't trust the fact that we're all connected and we're all here to provide service or value to and through each other as we are connected. You will change the way that you do business when you realize there's 3 things in the context of trusting the gatekeeper that will allow you to expand exponentially this network of high net wealth individuals. Number 1, always speak to everyone that you meet in person, on the phone, via email, and media with credibility. Always speak to everyone and tie in the questions to emotionally tie in of how you can be of service or of value. A series of questions, whether you know, to see if they know anyone that can help you. When you trust the gatekeeper, you're leveraging over 1,000 people per person, because they have a network now that extends far beyond. And guess what? I know this about being poor. Every poor person knows a rich person. Right? They may not think of it. So what I want...
I agree with you 100% there.
Awesome, man. So get in that practice.
Listen, But while I have you on the phone, I know this opportunity. How can I be of service to you? I mean, I would love for you to have a business relationship, a personal relationship, or both with you. How can I provide value, being that I am in the private equity and venture capital game?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have alternative investments. I'm very confident you do. How could I be of value to you? Given the circumstances right now.
So you could create the flow with me, and the best way to do that is what I'd like to do is do a free assessment for you to understand.
Please.
As a business advisor. I'll work with you for a month. I only work with people under the context of profitability. So I want to figure out how we can create profitability together. Subjective value, I know I do everything for free quantitatively, but subjectively I know all the videos and the courses and the books that I give out for free at least have subjective value. If you're going to work one-on-one with me, we got to create a profit center, and have quantitative value. So if you can reach out to me, I'll give you a quick overview of my business advisory program, work with you for free, and figure out how we can make money together. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. How do I do that?
Just go ahead, email me.
Email?
Yeah, you can email me or text me, but text is 949-298-2905. Email's david@dmeltzer.com. But you can reach out directly to me. And then also for everyone out there that is so kind in asking, please share my content, the stuff that you like, and do good deeds. I'm also looking for bigger stages so I can get to over 1 billion people. So anybody that's out there that does annual meetings or workshops or whatever with your company, sales forces and executive leadership, or just how to be happy or healthy or well, go ahead, give me a ring. I'm getting huge stages and requests, and the more the merrier. So go ahead, let me know.
I'm absolutely sharing your content. Just on that note, I'm absolutely sharing your content. I find your stuff so valuable. I'm always sharing it with people, either direct message. I haven't done a lot of reposting, but I'm definitely on that. Remember the name George Morris. I will be in contact with you. I really am so grateful for your time and for everything you do for everyone.
I appreciate it. I look forward to working with you, George Morris. That sounds like a closer for the Dodgers, but great name. I wish I had a good sports name.
Closer for the Dodgers. Hold on, I got to use this as a reference. Closer for the Dodgers. I'm not a baseball guy.
That's all right.
I was using it. Hey, man, I've been on Wall Street 20 years. I know. I got it just for this.
Well, you know what a closer is, at least, if you've been on Wall Street 20 years.
I do.
All right.
David, thank you so much.
You got it, George. Take care.
I'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Right on. So, I think trusting the gatekeeper is an extremely valuable lesson. You never know where the touch of favors are. I have met so many extraordinary people because I am just looking for that, number one, credibility, emotional attachment. I don't even have to get to the quantitative reasons, the straight math, the profitability, where, hey, if you invest $5,000, you're going to make 10 grand. I guarantee it. That profitability always helps. But when we're talking to the gatekeeper, the best thing we can do is find how we can be of value, how we can provide service, treat people and do good deeds, open those doors, smile, talk to people, see what they're doing today, what they like and what they don't like. Explore that so you can ask them that critical series of questions to determine how and if they know anyone through their network at a minimum of 1,000 people, they can provide value or service to you. Create the flow in your life, less resistance, less shortages, voids, and obstacles. This stuff does not have to be hard. You just have to ask. Remember my Home Depot example, right? The number one warranty sales at Home Depot is the self-checkout because it asks every time. You need to be like the Home Depot warranty. Ask every single time.
Sean Greenhouse.
Sean
Greenhouse.
Justin Pugh says Sean is on the phone. Let's see if he answers. Is it a girl or a boy? Let's take a poll. Go ahead. Let's see here. It's a guy. All right. Kevin, Eric, Aaron. How are you all? Thank you for joining me. How are you from Nashville, Aaron? Is everybody safe? I hope so.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Just as a quick piece of advice, this is how you leave a message. Remember, the only goal of this message is to get them to call me back. I'm not selling them. I'm not talking. Literally, I just want them to call me back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
What's the name?
Sean.
Hey, Sean, this is David Meltzer returning your call. Thanks for asking. Give me a call back so I can answer your question. My number is 949-336-6380. 949-336-6380. Look forward to speaking with you. Notice you always say the number twice. Why? Because people aren't ready for your number. I speak very quickly. I give them time. Sometimes I'll even in between the numbers say, hey, grab a pen, type this, write this, text it, whatever it is. But here's the number again, 949-336-6380. That's the office line here at Sports One Marketing. But go ahead, text me as well, 949-298-2905. We're going to call somebody else and do another question. Jennifer, welcome. Al Manfrey, I know everybody's calling to do business with me in the financial planning area. He is my man, so if you want to compete for his business, it's going to be difficult because, one, he holds credibility with me, number one, because he's honest, and two, he would care more about my money if he lost it than I would. Two, I'm emotionally attached to him. Even though he can talk the ears off a wooden Indian, I love the guy to death. He is a big heart, and I'm emotional. And then finally, quantitatively, he does the math for me. We make money, and he protects my family. Hey, Rob, this is Dave Meltzer. How are you?
Hey, David, how are you?
I'm terrific. Thank you so much for reaching out, and love to answer a question for you to help everybody out.
Awesome.
What's going on?
Tough thing for me is, I've been in the picture framing industry. I have my own frame shop. I've had my business for 13 years now, and been in the industry for about 23. And toughest thing for me is, I go out to the convention every year, which is, an amazing time. About 4,000 to 5,000 picture framers from all over the world gather. And I'm really well known there. And then I get back, and I'm just being back to that regular person, and I seem to settle into a bit of a depression every single year after I get back.
Wow.
Nobody really knows who I am. Nobody understands what we do. Picture framing is a weird little industry that everybody has on their wall. Every single person has. The first thing you usually do when you set up a new office, put your family photos out. But no one has a clue where any of that comes from, And it just seems to get, after I'm out there and know everybody and everybody knows me, I get back here and it's kind of like, ugh.
Let me help you out, my friend. So one of the difficult things that we have in life, and I had in my life, especially earlier, is called definition problems. People define themselves in odd ways. And for example, I defined myself by my money. And that carried on from the time I was 5 years old. I was consistently evaluating myself and defining myself. So my money. So the same thing would occur to me. Every time I made money, I felt super good and connected and wonderful and heroic. And every time I lost money, I felt like my hero, the zero. And that's what's occurring to you, is that you are defining yourself by what you do. And so what I'm going to do to correct that, and it's okay to take joy in what you do and to learn to love what you do and to learn to love the attention of people that respect what you do because you do it well. And build that community, by the way, in person, on the phone, via email and media, so that it's omnipresent in your life, so you have that reinforcement. But we need to work on your definition of you. You need to have more than I am a picture framer. By the way, my grandfather he owned United Auto Parts, built it, retired the day he turned 65, but did not want to stop working. So 3 to 5 days a week until he was 95 years old. He had a part-time job framing pictures. So I know so I know the business really well. But what I loved about my grandfather and what he taught me was he was not a picture framer, right? He was a grandpa. He was a community leader. He was a picture framer. He was an auto guy. He was, right? So all of these different things made and accumulated. So how did he become that? This is the exercise I want to give everyone if you're defining yourself, right? Now, here's what's worse. Don't let anybody else define you either, right? If somebody says positive or negative things about you, all they're defining themselves is someone that's positively or negatively judging you, which is fine for them, but we're not voting for what other people think of us. We're voting for how and what we define ourselves. How do we define ourselves then? What I want you to do every day, and it's only going to take 5 to 10 minutes a day, I want you to take inventory of your personal values, of your experiential values, of your giving values, and of your receiving values. And when you start defining yourself by your values every day and understanding those values don't have to be balanced, those values can change and evolve. You can be a hypocrite by changing your mind every single day and say, I like steak. I don't like red meat. I like steak. I don't care. Neither does anyone else, because you define you by the values that you have and what you have created as shortages, voids, and obstacles, because you have defined yourself in one particular silo that really only exists in certain times and places on earth for you. So what I want you to do to heal that is to expand that definition, expand it by utilizing your values, but also expand the thing that makes you feel best, the picture framing community, by putting it in person, on the phone, social media, so that it's just not once a year at the annual meeting. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, no, it does.
Awesome, and you will feel good. There is nobody that can define you. You are a multifaceted person. You're a wonderful person. You're full of all types of purpose, passion, and profitability. Don't forget it. Explore it and take inventory for yourself, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
You got it, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, man.
You got it. So many people define themselves in too narrow of a fashion. So many people define themselves and create shortages, voids, obstacles, resistance in their life, and emptiness. You could hear it in his voice. I was one of those people. The minute I'd lost money, the minute I had struggles and shortages and obstacles by my definition of myself as Midas, the money-making machine, that's where I fell into trouble. When I started to understand, to take inventory and to look at my values and know that I am what I am, not like Popeye, but every day determined by my values, personal, experiential, giving, and receiving values, my whole life changed. It broadened. So I am a father and a husband and a community member and a philanthropist and a podcaster and a book writer and a speech writer and a coach, executive coach and a family coach, and I am a friend, and I am a golfer at times, all these different things depending on the days that I am. I'm a traveler, and I'm a homebody, a car washer, a babysitter, I'm all these different things, and I'm okay with it. But the cool thing is, when I think in terms of I am, with the values that I have, I'm always passionate, purposeful, and profitable in what I'm doing. I'm consistently, persistently pursuing some sort of potential, not just as a picture framer. Hang in there, don't define yourself, and definitely don't let others define you. Edward.
David Meltzer, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for reaching out. We got time for one last call here, so give me a gem.
Wow, I'm honored to be the last one. Thank you for selecting my question.
Absolutely.
The question I had for you was for people in positions of leadership in their organizations, how do they get the most effort out of the people on their team? How do they get that, that animal mentality, just to want to get things done right away and get them done in the best way possible? How do you spread that to everybody?
Yeah, so number one, you are the light. And so if you are not the light, nobody else is going to have the light, right? So you have to be that light by being the first one in, the last one to leave, the one who has the most inspiration, giving the most help, performing at the highest level, consistently, persistently, enjoying that pursuit of your potential. But there's three lenses that you want to utilize as you elevate others to elevate yourself. And the number one is a lens of productivity. You have to lead with a lens of productivity. That means everything that you do in person, on the phone, via email and media, according and around your business, you need to provide value to service, etc. You need to make room for you and your associates at work for what you guys want. And the only way to do that is to utilize this wonderful lens of looking at your interactions with your clients, with your associates, with your management, with your leadership, all with a lens of productivity. Looking and continuing to see how can we provide more value, more service to those that we're interacting with internally and externally. The second lens that you want to look at is the accessibility lens. So many people within the context of leadership are not accessible. I see it even in the leadership and social media, so disappointing as I see people that just, have bodyguards around them. You can't ask them questions. They literally think they're elevating themselves and helping others by making themselves unavailable. I utilize a lens of accessibility to be as accessible as possible as a leader. And also that allows me to access what I want. right? Because I believe in those 2 series of questions to allow myself to see how I can be of service and of value to you, but also ask you, do you know anyone that can help me share my content, get bigger stages, do good deeds, help more people be happy? Whatever it is that I'm looking for, I'm able to help you through that lens of accessibility. And then most importantly is the lens of values. For me, those values are critical. They're taught every day, and they're also recognized. That means recognized is to remember, and acknowledged, and they're also acknowledged within my business. Acknowledged means acquiring the knowledge. So people are pursuing the knowledge about 4 key values that I have. 1, gratitude. Right? Gratitude gives everyone from leadership up and down the perspective of finding the light, the lessons, and the love in everything. The glass half full, the try me, not why me attitude, the I get to do, not got to do attitude. If you can instill 1 value of gratitude within an organization, it will change dramatically, not only personally, but professionally for everyone. Number 2, forgiveness. I want everyone making mistakes in my business. And the only way that they'll feel comfortable making mistakes is that if we have a value of forgiveness. I actually give a dummy tax award. I know I shouldn't use the word dummy, but it's stolen from like Jerry, that F Jerry guy or whatever. But the dummy tax award, is I have everyone go around and tell me the biggest mistake they've made that affected our business. And then I give a bonus to the person I think that had the most impactful mistake that could be learned and the lessons could be carried on throughout the organization. The third value is the accountability value. As a leader, you have to be accountable. I love watching the New England Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks because whether they win or lose, it's like a fight to see who can be accountable. Within my organization, I've shifted the paradigm of value as far as accountability goes. There is no blame, shame, and justification. When I first started being a leader, everybody was pointing fingers every which way like the scarecrow on The Wizard of Oz. Oh, they did it, he did it, now everybody, it's 2 thumbs in, right, man? You got a 1 finger pointing out, you got 4 fingers pointing back at you. And that's the way this leadership is done within this organization. So it's almost a fight or an argument. Everybody's like lining up going, no, I'm accountable, all the way down the line. People are realizing what they could have done better to avoid, and we're all learning lessons. And then finally, as a leader, the most important thing that you can teach and preach and live is inspiration. Shifting the paradigm, letting people enjoy what they're doing by being inspired to be there. And the only way they're going to be inspired to be there is to give them credibility, emotional attachment, quantitative reasons, an impact to be there, and then kind of the bonus and money and features that they want. Inspiration, more people. I'm looking at seven people in here who are so inspired. I call them Rudies, right? They want to be here as much as Rudy wanted to play football at Notre Dame. The only difference is my 7 guys here have way more talent than Rudy ever had, which makes it even better. But they got the Rudy attitude. So if you can instill those values of gratitude, empathy, which is forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration, you will be an extraordinary leader, and you will elevate others to elevate yourself. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. That was a gem of an answer there. I remember I DM'd you something similar a while ago, and you wrote value-based leadership. And ever since seeing that, it totally resonated with me. I've been sharing your content with everyone here, trying to inspire, trying to get them to be better. And thank you so much for your thoughtful answer. I really appreciate it. And next time you're in New York, I know I wasn't able to come to the last few meetups, but I'm definitely going to see you the next time you're in New York.
All right. A couple things in New York on March 9th. At 10 Hudson Yards, we're going to be doing a meetup. I'm going to do a Meet the Keynote. I'm actually going to be interviewing Sophie the Robot, working with SAP at 5 p.m., 10 Hudson Yards, right down. We are blessed to be in the same building as my mentor and friend, Gary Vaynerchuk. But we'll be up on the 48th floor. Everybody's invited. So please join me. Also, I'm doing a Meet the Keynote and the Best of You Expo at 11:10 a.m. on March 20th in Anaheim. So go in LA Convention Center?
Yeah.
Oh, better. LA Convention Center. So you can check me out on both coasts, March 9th and March 20th. Check it out, the Best of You. I will bring it and also do some great Q&A. I'm going to do a Charlie Brown Give Advice booth as well. with my friends from Euphoria. So go ahead. This is going to be really cool. Call me anytime. I hope to see you on March 9th.
Sounds good, Dave. Take care.
Take care. Thank you so, so much. Justin's begging me to take one more question, so I'm going to do that for Justin. Justin Pugh, the football player. No, just kidding. The non-football player. The hockey player from Markham. For all of you famous people there. Oh, by the way, this is Psycho Bunny. I have my own brand, the Ferocious Buddha. All right. It's the same as Psycho Bunny. Hello. Logan.
Hey, what's going on, David?
Man, this I know is going to be a great question because Justin is telling me it's your birthday, and I got to take one quick call before I got to jump off. So.
Yeah, it's the best birthday ever so far now.
Right on. How old are you?
I'm turning 22 today.
Oh, right on, man. You got unbelievable things ahead of you. I promise you, and you're going to enjoy the consistency.
I know. Definitely everything you say. I've been watching your content for years now, and it's definitely changed my mindset completely. And I know I have a huge future waiting for me. But the hardest part for me so far is you always talk about consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, and I love that for sure. But the hardest part for me is how do I stay consistent and inspired 24/7 without getting burned out?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, and you know, this is a problem of beginning, right? And not understanding. I'm 52 years old, so a little bit more than 30 years older than you. Born in January 11th, 111, the lucky number, sign of the angel, the beloved servant. It's a practice, right? It's a practice, Logan. So we're not going to burn out because we're going to take vacation every day. As much as we're going to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of our potential, remember that word enjoy. And so part of enjoying the pursuit is, 2 minutes of vacation a day is worth more than 2 hours on a Saturday. 5 minutes of vacation a day is worth more than 5 hours on a Saturday. 10 minutes is worth more than 10 hours on a Saturday. Do you know how much vacation I'm taking, brother? Because I promise you, I probably take vacation an hour a day. I don't know the math, but it seems like that would be like 60 hours on a Saturday. 60 hours, right? 60 hours is a good vacation. I'm taking those vacations every day. I'm finding the light, the lessons, and the love. So when I'm doing this right here, I enjoy it so much that I'm taking a vacation. I'd rather be doing this than sitting on the beach of Cabo. So what I want you to do is take vacation every day by finding the light, the love, the lessons. You get to do everything. You get to try everything, not why everything. You are a birthday boy every day. So light your candle. Now, remember, my favorite thing, I'm going to leave you with this. The coolest thing about lighting a candle, right, is when you light a candle, if you sit there and hold the candle all day long yourself, it's just going to melt your candle. But you know how your candle stays lit all year round? By lighting other people's candles. So when you light that candle, if today you go out there and keep lighting other people's candle, your candle will not burn down at all. All you'll do is keep lighting other people's candles. So make it your birthday present, not to just receive all the love and light that you want and lessons, but give those love, light, and lessons to everybody else. Take vacation every day. Light more candles on your birthday than you've ever lit before. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I love that. I appreciate you so much.
You got it, my brother. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Text me at 949-298-2905. We'll celebrate everybody's birthday if you're part of my text community. I thank everybody. Meet me March 9th at 5 p.m. at 10 Hudson Yards. We'll do a Meet the Keynote, interview Sophie the Robot, meet with SAP and a variety of really cool people right there in New York City. And then also March 20th at 11:10. I'm going to do a Meet the Keynote, do a keynote at the Best of You conference. I'm going to do a Charlie Brown, give free advice and give away my books as well. I'll sign some books. Everybody, I appreciate you so much. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this stuff. Share it with your friends. Cool, man. I really appreciate it, Logan. Everyone here, thank you so, so much. Remember, the Ferocious Buddha loves you. Take care. Dave Meltzer, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm still alive.
No, you're off.
I'm off now.